Oh, they're adorable. All right, this is the little balls that you're gonna get in your kit, and the first thing you do is you're gonna cut away the excess of these little fuzzy, thick hairs. All the kids have a rough. This cord that I use here is pretty rough, but it's nice to, and it's going to make your life easier when you're starting to making your little doll. Whether it's this one or another design that you want to create, it doesn't matter. These little pre-made felted balls are very, very helpful. Okay, doesn't have to be that perfectionist. There you go. Now I'm going to put my mat. If you got the professional living felt kit, we only have a promotion of a limited time. You're gonna get a similar mat from them. It's just gray. This is great. It's a wool mat. All right, let's pick my colors. This is a little, like I would say, tan. Probably not tan. It's kind of like light brownish. Very light brownish. Every time you start, you need to fluff up the wool. I'm gonna start covering, changing the color of this flat white off ball. All right. And you grab your needle, whatever the needle that come on your kit, the 36 or the 38, any of them is going to help the cause. If this is your very first time needle felting, look at this. Look at the needle. It has cuts, it has barbs on the needle, and when this introduced into the wool, it drags the little fibers back and forth, and that's how we get thing matte. We're trying to matte thing. That's what felting is getting things matte, getting the fiber matte. So when you are doing this poke motion, look how much of the needle goes inside. Probably a half inch, I will say. Half inch or less, I will say. Don't go crazy. Don't put like the whole needle inside. Okay? And that's what I'm doing. Look, pretty much. That's what I'm doing here. That's in case you never have experience working with a needle felting, okay? You don't have to do it as fast as I'm doing it for sure. With practice, while you're practicing and polishing your skill, you will be able to go this as fast as I'm going right now. But you don't really have to do it like that. It takes patience, a lot of patience in the beginning. Okay? Protective gear is encouraged. You have little fingers here. You can easily poke. I would recommend that also for beginners, having a protection. Timbals, I believe is called. They have even leather ones that is a little bit more comfortable to wear. That's one side. I'm not done, but I'm just gonna go ahead because the whole thing goes this color. I will really encourage beginners to wear timbals. Even I myself have poken myself several times. Until I finally learned the motion or just I know I have to hold the ball, but I don't hold it near where I'm going to be picking, where I'm going to be poking, okay? If I'm going to hold my ball, and you can see that pretty much I'm doing this, I always keep my fingers away as much as possible. from the needle. Okay, there is a little spot here. I'm going to cut a little bit more wool. Fluff, fluff, and I'm just going to cover that spot. So everything is going to be everything is going to be everything is getting covered evenly. That was the word that I was looking for. Like I told you, it's not done. It's not done. We're just starting adding color to the ball. We can add any kind of a color depending on the character that we're working. Today I'm making a very funny character based in the, here is the ladybug. Based on the ladybug, I was thinking if I can make a ladybug, I can make any kind of a bug with the same technique, with the same design, I will call it better. So this is going to be a fun one. Remember that we have a kit for you to make your own ladybug, and we will have kits for everything that I'm showing you to making in these tutorials. We will be selling kits, all right? So you can watch my videos, work at home, and make your own little creatures. Look how far I'm always keeping my fingers. I need to clean my mat while I'm working. Don't you ever keep working here without doing this. This is a cleaning of your mat. You can easily do it with your fingers like this. Or else you're gonna end up with a million colors felted here, and it's going to stain, for saying like that, your next work, and you don't really want that. If I need to make it bigger, oh well, I want to make it bigger for a, let's say for a bigger doll, I want to make a bigger doll, you just keep adding more wool, okay? Just remember, each kit contains enough wool to make a character about this size, all right? But you and your own, if you buy your own wools and whatever, you can just keep building more wool, more layers and more layers to make something bigger. As easy as that. Want to make it bigger? You just add more wool. Poke, 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 poke. I will say I'm grabbing the needle, look, like in a 90 degrees angle. Okay, like this. Look, it's almost like grabbing a writing pen, like this. Do you see? And probably I could slightly angle it. This is 90. I could slightly angle it right there. You see? So it's not quite 90 degrees. If I am happy with the coverage and I don't see any white spots from the core, I can just try to make this even. I mean to make this surface even and get all nicely felted and connected to the core. And then I can go to the head. We're gonna do pretty much the similar step in the head, okay? But most likely only the face is going to have this color and the back is going to be brown. All right, I'm gonna continue doing this same step until the surface on my core and everything is well connected, okay? Pretty much like this. If you wanna help but concealing those little poke scars, I would call it, you can just do this, slightly rub with your finger, and you can also put it again the palms like this. And you will see that the markings of the poke. it will kind of blend over there. All right, now we need a brown. I got my brown here, like a darkest brown, and I'm going to, every time, every step, yes, you always have to fluff it, okay? Fluff it, fluff it, fluff it. Now I'm going to try to cover this. It still is the body, okay? Still we're working on the body. I'm going to try to cover a kind of sort of half of the bowl. All right, let's see. Kind of half of the bowl. Let me get my needle. I can always start on the back. Let me get you out of that so you can see better here. This is just my regular forever foam. I have this for maybe 10 years, the foam. To what I heard is that the wool mat, it lasts way longer than the foam. It's just the mine is black. And when I'm teaching these dark colors, nothing shows in there pretty much. So I do have to change color. Okay, I'm starting pretty much on the back. Pasting the new color wool into the previous color wool added. Now remember, I'm covering a half, so I'm trying to draw a line on the edge. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty much the half cover. If by any chance you miss some part or it's not quite looking, this line is not looking nice, or you have some bowl spots, whatever, don't worry. You can always fluff, grab more wool, fluff it up, and just fill in if you have any gaps or bowl spots or whatever. That's what you see, this is the belly now. This is the back. That's what I told you, to start in the back. So your wool, your initial wool, it will get stuck into the bowl and you will be able to freely work afterwards. Now I pretty much know where is the half. I think I got it pretty well there. Now I'm just gonna work in refining. So double checking that everything is stuck together. That this wool, this new brown wool, is completely concealed to the core. Trying to keep a nice line here. There you go. Please, I am trying to create these characters on my own, and I'm being very nice enough to share this with you guys. So if you are recreating a little doll that look like this, I will appreciate giving credit back to me, please. If you are taking this inspiration as your design, please, you can do it. Yes, it's fine. Just tag me or credit back to me as the creator of this little doll. All right, no problem, as long as you credit it back to me. And also, if you're buying my kits, you're very welcome to make as many dolls as you want and sell them or give it away to your friends. All right, no problem with that. You just can't sell this class. This class belongs to me, and everybody is having it for free, actually, okay? So just be nice about that, and I will keep posting mini tutorials like this, all right? All right, yep. I could add a little bit more. Like I said, you see? If I feel like it's not enough, this is the back, this is the belly, this is the front. If I kind of, yeah, I think I will add a little bit more. This goes also to whatever you're liking. Whatever you're liking, how this little doll is becoming. For the ladybug, she has a red on her back. So yeah, pretty much a little bit more, I would say. So I'm going to draw pretty much a line, because what I'm trying to do is make the brown side cover a little bit more. So I'm going to add it to the edge. Oh, and I will be all over, pretty much all over the edge. Trying to keep a nice line. Trying to draw a nice line there as I go. There we go. After that, I think we're gonna be fine here. And that's pretty that's pretty much going to be the body, okay? The body of our bug. Look at my fingers. Look at how far are my fingers from the needle. Yay, looking good. And a very straight line on there. That's really good. Okay. Okay, good. So, okay. Here we have, it's a little bit and an egg shape. Tiny bit. It could be round. It's not a big deal, really. Now, the head. And we're going to do pretty much the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. I'm going to cover a half. I'm going to cover a half with the flesh and a half with the black. The head, you can make it completely round. I like to make it a little bit flat, like this. Having my coffee. I'm sorry. I'm a tea, I'm sorry. But it's whatever you like, really. Whatever you like. Fluff. I guess I'm going to start with the darker color, or I should always start with the light color actually before I do dark. Fluff. And this one goes for the face right here. Trying to cover a half, and not quite a half, probably less than a half. And that is just a personal like. Once you see the character finish it, you actually can can do your own. You don't really have to follow me, especially with the mixing of the colors and all of that. Be free, be creative, and reinvent the design. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to achieve a line here, but not extremely going crazy about that. It doesn't have to be completely straight. The one who has to be a little bit more neat is the brown. So I'm gonna keep on going here on the little face and poke. until all the wool is nicely blended into the core, all right? Later on, I'm going to be adding a little bit more of the flesh color here. Well, the dark flesh color I will say, because it's not like a pinkish color. Now the back. There we go, you see? Some white there still. Let's add some. If you see these threads or something in your wool, unless you want it purposely showing there, take it out. Back, always starting on the back, so the wool is not going to be moving all over the place on you when you're trying to accomplish something else. I might need more. I don't think it's enough. Okay, let's get more wool. Add a little by little the wool as you go. You see, I need a bit for that part on the front. Okay. Hopefully I got it now, because I can't really see the front as I'm covering it with a dark color, but I can always add more. Okay, I can see now. I can see where the front is, and I can totally draw my line, right? There we go. Draw a line. It looks like a doll hair with hair already. That's because of the brown and the flesh color. Okay. Let's just say that this is the neck area. So I don't really need to cover that. That's not going to be shown even. But I need to go around the edges of that. Okay, here. All right, now that I got that line a little bit, I can come and refine the line later on. I'm gonna go and keep connecting the wool, the dark wool, into the initial core. Okay, there. And of course, like I did on the front, I'm going to keep poking until this layer of new color is completely attached to the core, right? I'll be right back. And there I have my little head, but I thought this was the neck. So I leave a hole on there. When the neck, it could be either this one or this one, but still, I'm going to have to fill this part here. No problem, like I said, no problem. You just grab more wool, fluff it up there, and I'm just gonna fill it up. No problem. I don't know why I thought the neck was there. Sometimes as you work, you lose the sense of where everything is, because you are just pretty much concentrating in poking. You lose your sense of where things are anatomically or proportionally talking. So okay, I'm just gonna blend this in, okay? All right, now we have two pieces here. We're gonna do something slightly different here. So for that, I need to flatten the neck area. We're going to make this a jointed little neck, so little doll will be able to move the head. For that, I probably need something stronger. I need to kind of sort of make it flat here. The neck. The neck, you see, a little flat. And also, well, they're fitting pretty well. I could do it on the head too a little bit. Just flattening a little bit the area of the neck. There we go. If you have watched the tutorial of the ladybug, I'm pretty much to do the same there, just to give it a nice shape and not just connecting two balls, shaped ball thingies there. But it has to have a little bit of a you see, and then we'll be able to, and then we will be able to give it mobility to the neck. So far so good. Why don't we make this little guy, why don't we make him some wings? You could grab exactly the same dark color. You don't have to make I'm just trying to play around with a lighter color. It doesn't really have to be like that. It's really up to you. So I'm going to do a similar step to what I did for when I was doing the ladybug wings. Let me get this on here. I still will see. I might not like it in the end, and we'll have to do it with brown. All right, let's see. Let's get all the light colors out of the map. Now I'm going to try to make something pretty flat here. Okay. So I'm going to start poking. But there's going to be a trick here to avoid the wool from getting stuck into your pad. You don't want that. You don't want that. So I'm gonna felt. Less felt. I'm gonna I'm gonna felt that much, and then I'm gonna drag it out of the pad and turn it. Felt more. And keep doing this step. Try to do it evenly, okay? Try to grab everything on the surface. We're gonna keep doing this step pretty much several times. And why I don't add some shades of the dark. There. There. Just a little shade of the dark brown, like that, like a layer going like this, a layer going like that, okay? And let's do it. Okay, like that. Now remember, take it out. Take it out. And again. And we're going to do that several times until this turns into like a little piece of a felt fabric, actually. That's the point, okay? And again. I don't want to skip this part because I want you to see how many times I'm doing this process. I'm taking out some, there is some escapee light colors getting in there. We don't really want that. It's a big one. There we go. Okay, and then take it out and do it again. You will eventually notice that it starts felting all together and turning into a piece of fabric, literally, a piece of felt fabric. All the edges, I want to get it all together here. Let's say I'm doing this for the neck. All right, take it out. Doing the same on the other side. I'm taking more care of the edges now to make it be nice and compact there. There we go. By now, I can probably try it on my creature. I have a dark side and a light side in case I want to change either way. It's not quite the same dark as here though, so I like it. So see, I can play with both actually. This is to make we're making it the little wings of the creature, okay? Of the bug. I like both actually. Let's get a little more together because there is loose parts on there. So I'm going to target the parts that feel like I kind of loose. The edges for sure, I'm trying to target always the edges. Once I got the initial flat base, I concentrate on the edges, okay? Get it out, move it around, be careful with your fingers. Keep concentrating on the edge. There we go. Yes, as you can see, I'm always keeping it off the mat. Now I'm pretty much constantly keeping it off the mat. And everything else too. Take it out of the mat, turn it, change the position, and keep on going. And turn it. The other side has turned out very nice. Has like a sparkles of lighter colors. It's like little dots of lighter colors. And take it out of the mat and turn and take it out of the mat. That's how it goes. And you're gonna feel, you see, you're gonna feel it. That is getting it's getting sticking out. If you feel some empty or thin areas, like I'm feeling it right now, you add more wool. There you go. You add a little bit more wool there. Because I don't want thin areas. I want evenly coverage. I think here too a little bit. There. Right about the edge there. There we go. Okay. Take it out. It's almost done. All right. I'm trying it to the body. Look what it came when I was mixing. Here's the light color and this is the dark color. So it has like a little speck also on the back. In case you don't like that, just do one color. Leave the experiments from me. I think I like it. So these are the little wings, okay? So we're going to grab this look. Oh, once again, I'm doing it on the black, no? There. Way better. Okay, these are the wings. It's kind of round, and this is the neck. It's a little pointy there. I'm gonna grab, we're gonna fold it in a half. Grab scissors. I'm not gonna cut all the way through, just a little bit here in the ending. I can do a little bit more, but a little bit more, okay? I want to do that little cut there and a tiny itty bitty cut on there. So it's going to look like this, pretty much. Let me refine that cut. You can reshape it also by cutting it. In case you, when you were building this shape, it come like not quite in the round shape, no problem. If it's well felted, you went back and forth several times, you can just go back, and I'm gonna do it actually a little bit over here. You can go back and nicely refine it with your scissor, all right? Okay, in place. I might need to open this a little bit more, but right now I had to find the middle point, the head, the neck, and it looks everything good. I'm going to shape it. I'm going to shape it and connect it, more than shape it. I'm going to connect it to the body. Trying to see that everything's in place. I'm going to, just by doing this, I'm going to connect it to the body, the little wings to the body. I can go all the way here, but concentrate on the top. And this is the neck. I don't think I'm going to need that much there, at least not for the movable head that I'm planning on doing. Right now I'm going to cut just that. I might need to cut more later on. Here you're going to be pretty much, you're going to, just poke harder here, okay? To allow the connection of the pieces. Just poke harder, harder, harder. Be a little bit more generous with the force here. The force. I could cut a little bit more on here. There, just that much, not too much really. And you see, I'm gonna mark here just with my needle. I'm gonna draw a line, which is going to completely separate the wings, just like that, okay? Hard and deeper. So you draw, you see a perfect, you will draw a perfect line on there. Okay. And you see, I got this, the little ones on the back, and I can see pretty much a connection. That looks pretty nice. Looks pretty cool. That's what I wanted to achieve. The flat area is the neck. I'm going to try it on. That is so cute. And I don't even like these bugs. You will see what it's going to be in the end. I don't really care for this. I think they're disgusting, but this is cute. I grab weird eyes. Am I gonna use these weird eyes? These eyes is like the leftover from my bulk eyes. One has the pupil bigger and the other one has the pupil smaller. I'm debating. I'm going to make, still gonna make the sockets, the eye sockets. These, I'm going to just push the wool with the needle. I'm trying to debate if I just gonna make a black, like a black bead, or these eyes, which I call them crazy because of the pupils. So pretty much, you get kids eyes like this in your kit, you're gonna have to cut it out of the fabric that I glue them in. I glue it on the fabric so it will be easier to glue this into the wool, because gluing a straight glass into wool, it's quite impossible. I usually wait for cutting the eyes right about this time, because I'm afraid they're gonna roll away and get lost. Okay, here we go. So I have crazy eyes, one pupil small, one pupil big. I think it's kind of settled in there. Let me see, and I can draw the mouth. Maybe I can do it like that, or maybe the eyes lower. You can always play around with your character, and like I said, you can do your own, always your own. I can try to draw, let me see if this is on the camera. I'm trying to, just to play around. I want to draw a mouth. Everything can change later, okay? Or maybe the eyes more to the side. And if I draw the mouth like this, I'm just playing around and just reinventing or recreating this character, for saying it like that, for this different bug that I'm making. And I encourage you to do the same too, especially you're trying to be creative and make something on your own, create something new. Just play around with everything, with shapes and even the distance of the eyes and all. Just be free and play around. All right, once I know where the eyes are going, I'm going to make them, I'm going to dig a little bit, because if the eyes just sit on top of the face, it's just going to look too plain. Unless you like that. I don't. I like to play around with shapes and give it a little bit character. We're also going to need a little bit more wool. I'm going to start building sculpting the face. I want to add more brow. Pretty much what I did with my ladybug. I add cheeks and brows. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing here. And the eyes have to look like they're part of the anatomy, not just two round balls that sit on the face, you know? Or at least that's what I think. That doesn't seem to be enough. I'm gonna add more. I could still make the eyes just black though with a bead. I usually will grab a glass bead. Here is the part where you put a little bit more of your effort and trying to make the character look a little bit more appealing, more than just playing. You see? If I take this out, you will see that I created that shape on there. Well, before it was just playing. There we go. Now the other side. I think you could have a little bit more, but I also want to play with the black beads. So I'm gonna go after this. I'm gonna go and bring some beads. Take that off. The eye has to be there for me to guide me. Careful, I'm poking very close to my finger, so gotta try to be careful. That's why I'm going slow here. I'm not going that fast, as you can see. Unless my fingers are far away, and then I'll go a little faster. Okay. And I think I'm going to need another one. A little bit more for that eyebrow there too. And there you go. We're gonna do this and also cheeks, okay? Exactly the same way. Everything I want to make a new shape, I add more wool. That's pretty much when you're trying to sculpt in wool by needle felting. You can achieve the shape that you want by adding and adding and adding more wool. All right. You see, you can totally see there. I had to do the cheeks. At the moment, I'm trying to add the same amount of wool, but that's completely irrelevant. You can always add more. There we go. Oh, because I want to add cheeks. Wait. Everything well connected there. Okay, there, the other side. Pretty much the same. And if you want to make it bigger, well, add more wool, which I think this chick is needing more wool. Okay, for what the character is, I think I found my, these actually are stone beads. I think I like the black beads. And I'm also going to take this opportunity to show you how to insert beads into the doll for the eyes, all right? For sure, we need a thread and needle. And let me create, we're not just gonna go and draw the needle there. I had to securely place with a knot to start. There you go. Now I'm gonna grab my bead. And we're gonna try to sew it side to side like this, okay? Side to side. I mean, the needle going like this. Now look how close to the knot I'm going to do my point. I'm trying to see that the light's gonna be there. There you go. I'm not gonna go up. I'm not gonna go down. Like I say, side. I'm gonna go to the side and just a little bit. Just a little bit there, okay? From there, I'm going to go to the other eye. And I'm gonna draw the needle not in the middle of the socket, on this slightly on the side of the socket. There we go. Well, this needle is super small. Use a bigger needle. Here. Like that. Now don't leave the hole of the bead over there. That's why we were drawing it side to side. I'm gonna pull and I'm gonna move it. Wait. There you go. Well, actually, nobody can say that you can't leave the hole in there. I don't like. You gotta just move the bead. Try to set the bead in a way that the hole is not gonna be showing. So I just move it through the thread like that. Or you could move it to the other side if you're having the opposite problem. The thing is that the hole is not to be really showing there. There you go. Okay. Now the other eye. Go through the loop, to the hole. And the same thing on the side like this, slightly to the side. Now from here, let me see if I can get on the camera also. Because putting the sides here can be kind of tricky. You see, here's my initial hole. I'm not going to draw it up or down, horizontal. Horizontal is slightly a little bit there. Okay, now for this one to finishing adding the eyes, I can go, well, the ideal is the back of the head, but this needle is really tiny. I don't think I will be able to do that. Yeah, I won't be able to do that. My needle is so tiny. The ideal is going to the back of the head, but it's going to be still okay. We will be able to hide the needle still. The needle, the thread. There you go. And again, the hole that is showing here, you see, I did that faster than the other one actually. There we go. There we go. Now here, make sure the other eye is also adjusted. You can sink it a little bit there. They have to be well tight, very much tight. Okay, there. Now here, always grab this, because as soon as you let it go of this thread, it might get loose. You don't want the eyes getting loose. You want the eyes nice and tight there and there in place. Okay, you want to grab the eye, and here we're going to make a knot. Wait, not like that. This is basic sewing. Okay, we're going to draw a loop, get the needle inside the loop, and lock it in place. You could do it once again just to be 100% sure, and lock. And we need to hide the thread so I can draw it out anywhere, really, not on the face, of course. Anywhere is dark. There, I pull and pull there and cut it pretty much to the edge. Boom, there you go. Now we have the eyes set in nicely in place. Now we can still playing around with the shapes. I can still keep, better to say, the better word, sculpting the little face of the doll. So because the size of the eye had changed, I'm going to make a little adjustments. Just a little bit, not too much really. Yeah, just a little bit. I might have to add a little bit on here. Kind of just to cover that hole left by the bigger eye that I was trying to set on there. No problem really. Anything can be reshaped really. Oh, I add a little bit more on here too for the chin, for the chin area. That is optional. That's completely optional. Also the cheeks, even the eyebrows itself, they're optional really. Optional steps. You don't really have to do that. Just for the heck, I'm playing around and I'm extremely adding more cheeks. Like I mentioned before, you don't have to you don't have to do all of this. And more and more. I'm going to be adding a little bit more extra cheeks to this bug, okay? More, more, more. And more. And guess what? A little bit more. And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the other cheek, because they all have to be symmetrical, okay? They have to be one side and the other side has to be symmetrical. Now I kind of like it. This is pretty big. Big cheeks. I like it a lot better. Alright, pretty much. I think I like it there. The other side, the same. And this is very much how it look. Let me get into the light. Now I'm gonna grab just a tiny little strand of pink, or it could be red too, to draw the lips. Like I was saying, I was planning and going pretty much like that. Very happy. Very happy, happy, happy smile there. So literally, you're drawing the color through. I'm drawing there, like just like that, the mouth. If you're happy with that, we're gonna finish there, and instantly our little bug has a mouth, and you can go even deeper just to enhance the shape. There we go. Just draw over the same line. Poke, 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 poke over the same line. And we have extremely happy. I'm doing a little bit of the sides of the mouth. You don't have to do things like this, sorry. It's my sculptor thing going on. Okay. Very, very happy and cute.